Hey Dirt Division listeners, NAC is the sponsor of this week's podcast. They are a Canadian-based company that is globally known for their nutrition products and eco-friendly approach. They have a range of goods like bars, purees, gels, broths, drink mixes, and even a recovery mix that I wasn't aware of. So I gotta get me some of that, because I have some big mountain adventures and UTMB MCC coming up this summer. As a trail runner, I've been using their Boost line for workouts and long runs. The gels and drink mixes are full of quickly digestible carbs. I used the Boost drink mix while we were in the Grand Canyon, and it really felt like a one-stop nutrition shop with 60 grams of carbs per serving, 500 milligrams of sodium, and solid subtle flavors. Their focus on a specific glucose to fructose ratio and use of natural ingredients are truly gut-friendly and performance-enhancing. So, if you're interested in trying any of their products for yourself, go to nac.com and use the code BITR15 at checkout for 15% off. Links in the bio. Hey, this is Taylor with Believe in the Run. I wanted to let you know that the podcasts are getting their own channel. As we continue to grow, please search and follow BITR Networks on YouTube and Instagram to find all of the podcast-related content. If you're looking for the shoe and gear reviews, you can find those on BelieveInTheRun.com or search Believe in the Run on YouTube and Instagram. Thank you for your support. Here's the show.
Give a good stretch, got my laces tied. My trusty podcast by my side. If you want to tuck run, it's the place to be. Yeah, it's the drop, D-R-O-P. Believe in the Run.
Hey, this is Taylor with Believe in the Run.
And Reese with Believe in the Run.
And Alex with Believe in the Run.
And you are listening to the Drop Podcast, but the Dirt Division segment, which is just us trail runners talking about trail runner things and not trail runner things. You should hear the conversations that we have before and after these recordings too. But we try to stay fairly on topic.
You got a mouse in your pocket? Like, I definitely do not try to
Recently,
stay
you're
on
like,
topic.
what can we talk about? That's
Yeah, I'm
like
like,
related
what?
to existential dread.
Well, I mean, that's just part of it, right? That's trail running.
So maybe we should get t-shirts. It's like Dirt Division, Deep Existential Dread Club.
Yes.
Deep dread.
And
DD
David
could
Foster
stand for
Wallace quote on the
multiple
back.
things.
Yes.
So I have a question for both of you because I am deep in existential dread and
Nice.
questioning. And I feel like this always happens to me after a big race. So like the months leading up, a lot of structure because I'm prepping for this race. Gives me something to think about in my downtime. Structures my weekend, structures my training. And then there's like this cliff feeling after the race where I'm like, I'm tired, first of all, like physically, mentally still like coming back. But I get so just like down. I get like very depressed. And then I also am just like, who am I? Like, should I go back to doing like yoga sculpt 4 days a week? Because I'm like,
Interesting.
You're
maybe,
sundress lady now.
maybe I should do shit like that. Like, should I start gardening? Like, what hobbies should I do? I start like looking around for like all these things that I haven't done. I'm like, and then I put these like ridiculous goals, like I need to read a book a week or like just stuff like that. And then I like go back to running and I'm like, no, that felt great. I need to do another 200-mile race next year, maybe this year. And then I'm like reaching out to race structures. I'm just like, does your wait list move? Like, I see there's 130 people on, like, are you going to go through that? Do you think I'll get in like for races in the fall? Cause I'm like, maybe I should get my hard rock qualifier done. So I don't have to worry about it next year, you know? Cause I'm like on a roll, but I don't even know if I am because I don't even know if I'm injured from the race yet. Cause I haven't been able to do anything. So I signed up for a marathon yesterday and then I reached out to Megan, Believe in the Run Meg. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to run a marathon. How do I do workouts? Like, what shoes should I wear? What road shoes are good? Like, I have no clue. And then I'm like texting friends. I'm like, hey, will you do this marathon with me? And I'm like, I don't even know if I can do this marathon. Like, what's wrong with me?
Well, first of all, what marathon?
It's the Big Cottonwood Marathon, which is like starts at Guardsman Pass and goes down to Salt Lake.
Oh,
Lose
gosh.
like 44,500 feet. It's
It's
insane.
ridiculous.
Ow.
It like gets a penalty for
you get a
being
10-minute
too
penalty.
downhill.
Oh my gosh.
Right. It'll
Well,
probably be like one of the last years they
You wouldn't even
accept
be
it.
able to run Boston because your quads will still be
I know. But I'm just
torched.
curious. Like, I just sit here and spin, and I've gone through all these, like, maybe I should revisit this hobby. I took out my art box full of like watercolor markers and all this stuff. And I'm like, maybe I should make things for my friends. And I just like can't land on anything. And I feel like I just spin after these things. And I'm curious, like, even if it wasn't the most recent race, like one that you put a ton of time, a ton of planning in, like, did you spin out after? And what did you do to try to like get yourself, I don't know, like right the ship again? Because Reese, I know like after your 100K, you were like, this is great. I'm going to golf. I'm going to go ride my horse. And I saw like your horseback rides, like you're golfing on Strava. And I'm like, she's happy.
Yeah.
And
Why
like,
can't I
she's
be
grounded
happy?
and okay. Why can't I have that?
Well, I mean, to be
Tell me
fair,
about
Reese, you had like that was kind of like capping off your season almost, right? Like when you think about like fall, winter, and then you kind of just continued, didn't you? And so like, I feel like that's also the difference. Whereas Alex, like you, like that was your big goal and you haven't done any other races. And it's kind of like, you don't have anything planned for the summer, which is like the best time to be running. Does all that weigh into it too?
Yeah, everyone's out because everything's like, because it was such a dry winter, everyone's like getting up high right now and doing all these long runs. And I miss long runs, obviously. And I'm just sitting here tired, walking sage on the canal road.
Let me think. So when I think back to something that I was really hyper focused on, and I would say I was definitely focused on JFK recently. Canyons, like I was, but I wasn't. Not to the degree of which I normally am. But then I think before that, and it was like stuff in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if I end and I get into like a listlessness kind of situation. I think what happens is I just really miss, like, I know that feeling, that like deep elation of something deeply profound just happened and I planned it and I did it. And it's like this full ownership. I think like I assume that will never happen again. And I think for a while I used to try to force it and be like, what is some really crazy route that would give me that particular feeling again? And now I don't know if I chase that quite as much, or I haven't felt that in a really long time. I wouldn't say of like this deep, profound thing when I finish an adventure or a run. I haven't felt that since probably like one of the crazy Grand Canyon runs I've done. Because like after canyons, I was so happy to be done. And even now, like I don't really want to run like more than 3 days in a row. Like I want to go ride my bike with friends. I want to show people around on bikes. I want to go horseback riding all the time, golfing. Like it's so nice to be able to like do stuff around the house and like have energy to do it.
Right.
And like even
I'm too tired to vacuum.
Yeah, it sounds so stupid, but on a Saturday, I'm like, oh, I'm not finishing a run at 2 p.m. and eating lunch and being tired. And then I have nothing. I'm like, oh, I'm finishing a run at 11. And then
you have your whole day.
I'm like, this is so nice. Like on Saturday, I think it was Saturday, I went on a ride with the girl who I lease her horse. And she's like coming back from an injury. So I like showed them around. And she was like, yeah, I'm trying to go out to the barn later. Like I'm going to do some jumping, but I need to find someone to come out. And I was like, I have literally nothing going on. I love this. Like I would love to set up jumps for you and watch.
Yeah.
Like, and so, but I want to like asterisk all of this because I think I've picked up all these hobbies. Like one, I genuinely love them, like especially horseback riding. That's like that's something I grew up doing. But I think I'm genuinely like always paranoid that I will over index to one thing. And every time I feel like I immediately pull back from it because I feel like that it's like an investing thing. Like I would never invest all of my money
Everything
in
into one. Yep.
Yeah, like
And
it's
see,
just
I am
not.
so opposite in that. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, I
You
only
do.
have time for one hobby and the one hobby I love.
Yep.
But
Well, then
like,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, this is who I am. I run 200s and that's all I'm going to do.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not. That's why I like signed up for the marathon. I'm like, I need to get some legs beat again. I need to do some, but that's my idea of like doing something else is just running something else,
Yeah.
which isn't like, I need other hobbies.
Yeah, I remember it's making me think back to like college when I first started getting into trail running, and I had the same college mentality of like what competition should feel like, what it should look like, how I should train. And so like coming off of that identity and having to unwind from years and years and years of that was really hard for me, to the point where now of like I still love racing, but my favorite part is actually just feeling good enough to train consistently. Like that's we're probably all in that boat. And so after some sort of big race or big goal, like it's always just so, for me personally, like I'm just excited to get back to my runs between an hour and 90 minutes. Those are my favorite runs out on the trails, where you can feel good for most of it. It can feel hard at times, but you don't feel completely drained. Like those are the types of runs and weekly things that, like, if I'm getting a little depresso, as Alex texted before, if I'm getting a little depresso.
Me, I was like a depresso. I want some espresso depresso in the morning.
Oh, it
And I
was
was like,
you,
you don't
yeah.
have to. And Reese is like, let's go there.
Yeah, please. I need this for my soul.
Do it.
But that's where like I find myself getting sad when I can't do, or like an injury, when I can't go out and do those like daily things that I really, really like, whether it be, you know, partly for the structure, partly because it fills me up and gives me time to think, and, you know, partly because of all these different reasons. But that's what I miss most. And you're probably in that where like you can't do that right
I'm
now.
like too
You're
tired
still
to
so
even
depleted.
have any
And
structure. Right.
Yeah. That's what I always miss most.
Interesting. Because I like don't
And I'll throw all my
miss
eggs in that
running
basket.
at all right now. Like I actively am like the other day I was like, I just don't want to run. I'm going to go bike. Like I want to be outside. So like I would say I have an outdoor based personality, and I know that a lot of what I can do, and this is like deep seated, rooted in, I am fearful that I am putting too much emphasis on things that are not sustainable as I get older. And so like, I was like, I really want to make sure that when I'm 50, 60, 70, like I have these something to do outside that kind of scratches the itch. Cause like really, like when I break down like really what I want, like running scratches the outdoor, unplugged, quiet need. And then I think there's these other things like golf can kind of do like the social mellow aspect, but cycling can kind of scratch some of the itch that running does. And then horses is like a very different, that's just like pure, it's like a connection with like a gigantic animal, which is like very different.
Yeah.
And very fulfilling, I'm sure.
Yeah. I get like very, like I love running. I love the practice of it, but I also love just like being like a human that can like do a bunch of stuff and like hang out with like different groups. So I really struggle having a personality that is, I guess, like that doesn't allow for a lot of flexibility or for me to be a different me and like take on different roles or like be in a different community. And I think like that's what I really like. Even the other day, someone was like, yeah, I don't think you really ride you're not really like a cyclist anymore. And I was like, what? Like, one, I am.
Right.
But two, it does feel really weird. And I think it's like a thing where it's like, we want people to be kind of monochromatic. And I feel like that's so unfair for a human being.
Yeah.
To be like, I can only post running content because that's what my audience wants. Like I can only be this thing. And I'm like, you can be anything, like surprise people.
Right.
Like,
Well, even that comment of like, just because that isn't your singular focus, you're not a biker enough, you're not runner enough. Like, yeah. That's, I feel like I see that.
Like, this is kind of a slightly off topic, but along the same vein of like, I was just talking to another parent who their kid is getting into like the traveling ball type scenario. And, you know, a lot of research is coming out lately of like, if you want your child to be successful in the future, of like the most successful professional athletes, what we know about them is that they were actually like 3 sport athletes as a kid and not just like one for their whole life. And the idea of burnout and like how much that messes with your identity when you all of a sudden can't do this one thing. And like when I broke my foot a few years ago, I kind of had that like, oh my gosh, if I can't run, what does this mean? And it was actually an interesting thing for me to just like keep a pulse on. And I, you know, did just fine. And like, but it is interesting for you to kind of like have that as an adult too, Reese, of like, I want to be well-rounded enough that I'm not pigeonholed to really any one thing. Like if it was taken away, that probably like that's kind of where my mind's going. Like if running was taken away, oh, I also have this, and this.
Cool.
Right. Whereas like I'm like, I am just going to be all in on running because I love it right now, and I'm going until I can't, and then I'll start fly fishing more. I already know what I'm going to do. I also want to be an AM PM bus driver, like just to like, you know. I have my retirement plan of like when I can't.
I love that. That's one of your things.
And and it's not because I want to be social with adults or anybody. I'm just like, I want kids to get on. I love, that was my favorite thing as a teacher, getting kids to the classroom in the morning and like seeing that they're happy and ready for the day, and like sending them off happy and ready for, you know, the next day. So I think, scratches an itch, but not right now because, you know, I'm running and we'll do that in the future. So it's interesting to hear you talk. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm all in until I absolutely can't. And then I'll figure it out.
I'm like, well, I'll figure it out when I have to.
Yeah. Interesting. Because like in my head, what I guess this is how I think about it is.
Wait, Reese, have you always been like this, or did you have something happen that kind of forced you to have this mindset?
No, like I think I used to be pretty dichotomous in general, like the way I was thinking, very like on, off, all in, all out. Like, but when I look at like hobbies, as Taylor was talking, I was like, oh, my parents were never the parents that it's like, if you pick up something, you have to stick with it. Mm-hmm. You know, if I was like, hey, I want to try this instrument, they were like, okay, like if you want to like commit to it, like, but if it becomes something that you're not into, like, then stop. So like I played, I think it was like piano, trumpet, oboe. And then
do you still play any of those?
No, I wish I could. I can like occasionally, no, but I can occasionally just like sit down. I can't even
picture what an oboe is right now.
I can like look it up. Play some songs I'd like memorized. But then for sports, I played soccer, field hockey, lacrosse, and then all the running sports.
Which makes sense why you're an endurance athlete.
Yeah, horseback riding.
Days,
But so you grew up with horses, Reese?
What'd you say?
You grew up with horses? That was always kind of part of
I started riding when I was like 4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need a constant stimulus?
No, which is interesting. That's why I really like reading, because you can just, it's like one thing that you can focus on. Or what my other favorite thing to do is just like, I like just sitting outside and doing nothing. I'm not staring at a phone. I'm like looking at my dogs. I'm listening to birds, watching like trees blow. And I find that like very stimulating.
Yeah.
And it's funny because now that I like don't really go on social media, whenever I do get on it, to me, because I feel like I've reduced so much noise in my life, it feels like I open it and it's like people just screaming.
Like overwhelming. Yeah.
And I get like overwhelmed.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Like immediately. Like
I am a visceral reaction to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am not like fit for this world.
Right. And like you let that into your piece and it's just like, because I had that experience last weekend where I literally did that. I sat in the yard and I'm just like, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm not gonna like go on social media. I'm not gonna go on Ultra Sign Up. I'm not gonna like look up marathon, like dumb shit that was in my head. I'm like, just sit here. And I started to like think about it. I'm like, the birds are so loud. There's so much like nature around us. And like, just like you said, listening to the wind and just like observing. And it was so peaceful. And then I picked up my phone and I was like, it felt like disgusted. I'm like, ew, gross. Like I put it on do not disturb and I like turned everything off. And I'm just like, no, like I can choose to just have peace. I don't need to like engage in this, whatever's going on in any given moment, or like even have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
And it's so freeing.
Yeah.
I think, and this is like, again, we're getting maybe too in the esoteric, but I think a lot of what I do, like all of these sports that we do, I think they bring a certain level of awareness and awareness to ourselves in like a weird way where it's like, it's either like amped up a lot where you're like, if I'm feeling it, I'm like feeling it, or I'm able to like kind of disassociate with my body and just like be outside. And so we're getting something from it, but I think like, and maybe this is part of like having gone through, you know, a lot of intensive therapies, but I remember these exercises, and I was just talking about this the other night with a friend, where we had to, it was all about awareness. And I hated the awareness activities. But they were like, when you're washing the dishes or when you're washing your hair, are you there? Are you washing the dishes? Like, pay attention. Like, you probably aren't noticing anything. You're just like, here, you're scrubbing these things and you're somewhere else.
Yep.
And so I find that now,
which is partly what I like about washing the dishes.
So
I don't like
that's
washing the dishes, but well, like,
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about chopping wood of like, it actually just gives me, and that's probably due to our, you know, amped up world of like, that is actually the carved out space for mental load.
Some grounding.
Rather than, and same with running, you know, it's not necessarily about that activity itself. It's more about, but yeah, sorry, continue.
Well, no, I think like the big thing is like, I feel like a lot of choices I've probably made in the past were about distraction of like, I need something to occupy my mind, to do something. Like, I'm not really comfortable sitting with whatever this has happened, whatever's going on upstairs. And for me, like, right, we're like conscious beings, like, right, esoteric, we're conscious beings. And like awareness is like a huge part of that. Like that, like is a big component of what it means to be conscious. And the opposite is this unconsciousness. And I feel like we live in like this incredibly like fast paced world where there's just so much shit like coming at us.
And what's next? What's next? What's next?
And I think like the awareness it feels like it goes on like autopilot to where it's almost like this unconsciousness where if I don't have like lots of stimulus and like something that's next, and it like becomes this like really weird treadmill. And I don't know if it's like a hedonic treadmill, but it is something where we lack this like awareness and consciousness, and we go into like this unconscious mode where if we are aware of how like empty we could be, there's like a really weird feeling.
Like scary,
you're like, I don't like that. I don't. And for me, like all I want to do is like sit there with it because I'm just like, I don't. Something's wrong with me.
Let's wrestle the potential emptiness.
And for me, I'm like, I need to feel, because I feel like even how I started running, and I wrote about this with my race cap, wasn't like some like happy thing. It was more like, this is like an addiction, and I've struggled with addiction my whole life, whether it's like through my eating disorder and trying to find control, or substances that replace that. And it's just like running in my mind is like, it is a little like, I've had to think about this a lot. I reflected on this a lot after the race of just like wanting that next like fix and like just a quick hit of just like, I'll just sign up and that'll like feel great. And then like just that process of starting again. But I feel like sitting in that is like what I need to do and force myself to do right now, of just like be okay without a bunch of stimulation and a big, huge thing that's next, so that I can fill all my time and space and consciousness with that instead of facing things that I am trying to run away from right now, which is like dealing with my family in Korea and like kind of grappling with that and like addiction in my family. You know, it's just like I kind of set myself apart from that because I'm like, I dealt with substance use stuff, but I've like moved on from that. And then like running from the outside is a very healthy, you know, like people
socially
applaud
acceptable.
that. And I think, yeah. But I'm like, I am still very deep in it and clearly like struggling a lot with like almost the withdrawal effect of having a big thing, even though it went great and like having it be done. Like I can't having a hell of a time processing that and just
I think
okay.
of so much of life as like seasons, you know, but there are some things that just aren't seasoned within our lives of like, I'm sorry to say, like Alex, like that struggle with addiction will like always be there in some form, right? Like it very rarely completely goes away, but how has running enhanced your ability to like mold that yourself instead of it molding you? And so like, and maybe that's the part of like, there's so much control in this build up to these big events. And then it happens, this big celebration, you did this thing, but then what of like, it's like a deconstructing of everything you've built. It almost feels like, but you've built so much and you can continue to build on that. But I'm sure there's that, you know, some of that sense maybe.
And I'm also just
put
like,
that on you, but
yeah. And it's just kind of like this whole, I don't know, I'm trying to like be grateful for the whole thing and because it was a great experience, but I'm also realizing like I tell myself all these things like, well, running keeps you healthy. It keeps you accountable to eat and drink and do the things that you like to just kind of, you know, skip over and devalue.
Would you say you are your quote best self when you have these goals in mind, these things on your calendar, you know, have this structure around your life? Do you feel like you're your best self? And
absolutely.
So like, why not sign? I mean, I'm glad you let the Cocodona timeline lapse, but man, I mean, give yourself the space to heal and reflect and, you know, give the space for Cocodona itself as what it was in the grander vision, but why not sign up for something, a marathon perhaps? Like,
that's where I totally differ.
So I'm going to Fort Collins and I'm going to ride horses with Reese.
I think it's so interesting because Alex, we come from a very similar mental health background.
Yeah.
And man, it's like, I literally was just talking about this the other day where I think I am so nervous to get even dependent on something. And like, again, the social media thing, for instance, I don't want to be like, beat that dead horse, but it's just a simple example. But I was not even close to like being addicted to my phone or social media. Like I saw that I was spending 10 to 15 minutes a day and for me on it. And this was
that's where you were at when you decided
that's where I was at. And I was like, this isn't this. I don't think this is healthy. Something is wrong. Yeah. And so again,
it just didn't make you feel good.
I go completely the opposite way where I'm like, if I even sense that I could needlessly be like not making a conscious choice on something, I go 180 the other direction. And so for me, like hearing you're like, I want this thing, I like need it.
Yeah.
I think the separation, I think the hardest thing that people ever have to go through is like, do I want this or do I need this? And if I need it, why? What's going on that's underneath? And so for me, I really want to make sure that every single thing is like something that I have chosen. I want it. I don't need it. Because if I need it, to me, that, again, this is like a hyper reaction. I don't think it's necessarily the most healthy. I think it's like an extreme. But if I need something, to me, I'm like, oh, that's a dependency.
It's controlling you. Yeah.
Yeah. And I want nothing to control me but like my own conscious mind. And I've made a very conscious choice and it's like healthy and I'm at like peace with it. I hope my therapist is listening.
This is like therapy. She
Whereas-
should,
Like, you're
whoever
going a
your
little
therapist
hard.
is should be very proud.
Yeah, and man, I know we're just kind of like hitting the end of the
Mine's
spectrum,
probably
and I'm
Jesus
like,
Christ.
some of the greatest experiences of my life is when I was like all in. Like I know relationships with people can be different too, but like when I can be completely unfiltered, like obviously I'm going to use my wife, she's my best friend, of like, there is no part of me that wants to hold back at any point. Like I'm ready, you know, and this is, you know, an extreme too, when we're talking about a marital relationship. Like there's nothing, even if it would eventually lead to extreme doom of like, I am okay with just giving it all, like take it all, know it all, like everything. And I know that, you know, when you get into a marital relationship, it's likely, hopefully going to get somewhere on that side of the extreme. But it's like, I think I also do that too with like other things of like, if I'm going to give my time, like when I was a coach, if I'm going to give my time to coaching, I almost want that sense of not like needing it as like an addiction, like I need to do it to get my fix, but more like I want to be all in because I want it to be the absolute best it can be. If I am going to give my time,
Yeah.
but I think now that I'm talking about this out loud, it's like, oh, that's actually more in your camp, Reese. Of like,
Yeah.
if I
Yeah.
am going to give my time,
Yeah.
I'm going to choose to do that, and I'm going to choose to go all in on that.
Consciously make a
You're
choice.
like, you are
Yeah, that's
making
Consciously.
a conscious,
Yep.
So this is
deliberate,
therapy. Okay.
yeah, a
This is
conscious,
therapy.
deliberate, intentional choice. And I think like with ultras, I think that they require so much intention a lot of the time for me that it feels good when I am fully committed to this
Mhm.
Yep.
and it like feels good and I'm here for it. But then there is a point, like there are some races or something, if I'm not like feeling it, or I'm like, this is forced, like I'm doing it because I think I should do it,
Yeah.
which is like
Yeah.
a lot of sometimes like races for me. I'm like, a lot of times I'm like, do I really want this, or am I shoulding myself?
Right.
And if that's the case, a lot of times I just like, I'm like, I'm not gonna go. Like this isn't worth my time. And I think there are better ways I could be spending my time. So I really think like autopilot and this unconscious like drifting through is something that I'm like very afraid of, I think.
I had an
a long way to
experience.
answer your question.
Yeah.
I
Now that
love
we're
it.
30 minutes in,
It helps me so
Um,
much.
but I did have an experience recently that went against a lot of what I feel about with racing. Like normally it's exactly as you were talking about, Alex, like you put so much months and months and months into this for this particular goal, maybe this particular course, whatever the goal might be. But I just had the experience of something, and I'm usually along that end. If I'm gonna race, I want to be able to put my best. I think we're all competitors in that nature of like we want to be at our best and show our best. But I just had my buddy Kevin. He was on the podcast. I don't even know how long ago, but one of our guests has running wild events here in Estes Park and puts on great events. And he's like, "Hey, I have a race bib for you if you want it." And it's not at all like 10K distance, not at all what I would normally do. But it does kind of fit that like around an hour-ish of running hard. And it's like 2 days before the race and not at all normally what I should have done. But I had a great experience of just like succumbing to the, like, I have no control over this whatsoever, but I'm going to hop in and just have fun. And like, that was an experience that I think I needed that was way out of my norm. And maybe that's like with the marathon too. This is way out of your norm and you're going to try it, see what happens. And like that different stimulus compared to your normal long distance it might fill something that you didn't know you needed filled, or like, I don't know. It was just fun to do that because it was so out of my norm.
Yeah.
And so
That's how I
I'm
feel.
proud of you
That's
for
how I feel
going
with the
for the
marathon.
marathon. Yeah. Of like, this is
Yeah, I'd like to-
intentionally out of my norm. I know mine was just like a 2-day lead up, but it was, it felt good is what I'm saying, of like, it was fun. And then we just hung out at the race the rest of the day.
Yeah.
My girls and I, my wife had to work. So we're just like, have nothing else to do but to volunteer and to be there and play around at a local event. Like I I usually shut myself off for like races themselves. Like I
Me
would
too.
never normally do that because I'm like, okay, I have MCC at the end of the summer. I'm going to train, have a great training of throughout the summer to prepare for that. And I'll feel good about doing it that. I would normally never do like what I just did, but it did feel good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it every weekend, but it was a lot of fun. So maybe we need to shake things up every
Yeah.
now and then, which is this marathon now.
Also, like learning about road shoes, Meg's like, there's so many good shoes. That's
Oh my
almost
gosh.
like the
Look out
biggest
for your
barrier.
calves. Look out for your calves.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And I did marathons before I started trail running, and I always just like was broken. I was like in the height of my eating disorder. I used it as like punishment, basically. You know, so I'm like, I'm gonna go have fun, do this right, feel myself, buy some fast shoes. I've never ran in a fast shoe.
I like this.
Well,
will.
it should be interesting.
So what are you looking at? What kind of shoes?
Well, she said
have
the-
you?
Vaporfly, Alphafly.
Oh,
I don't know.
mean, yeah,
One of them.
she's an alpha fly lady.
They don't look like something they look like something I would break my ankle in.
I feel like you might need something a little wider in the forefoot.
Okay, well, we'll have to talk.
Yeah.
Reese, are you going to do a marathon too? Or no, you're doing your 50 mile
I have a 50 mile,
in saddles.
but I'll probably,
When's
and this
that?
is like something similar to what Taylor's saying. Like I will probably do something. I have some like fun, big adventures, I think, trying to figure out over the summer.
Okay.
But I do like randomly just popping into like a random
Like a local-
30K or 50K. And like for no reason, I'm just like, this will be interesting. Like, why
See,
not?
I never do that. I want to do that. There's so many
Yeah.
races in Utah.
It
like,
felt
local.
good. Yeah. Good.
I
Go do
love a good, like, low key race where you can show up like 15 minutes beforehand and
Just go run.
yeah, and you're not like freaking
Grab
out. You're
your
not
bib.
catching a shuttle at 1:45, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's so nice.
Oh,
Those
no.
local
And
races.
carry your
Support local
UTMB
races.
gear,
Yeah.
Oh,
no
yeah.
required gear.
Yeah.
your hat.
Well, that's another
Yeah.
thing that I loved. I just like, it was close enough where like I could go on my own and my wife brought our kids later. And like, I just loaded up a duffel bag and I had like a picnic blanket that I threw out. So like Brooks and Nomadics. Have you heard of the brand Nomadics? So they have a bunch of like soft goods, like a towel, a really high quality towel, a poncho
Do they have
that
like
I
a
was
seat cover
wearing,
and stuff?
seat covers, like all those
Yeah,
kind of
I've
things.
seen
and
that.
like, and so they sent an array of stuff, but I'm like, I have this really nice, it's like a concert tarp or something like that. It's just a big picnic blanket. And, you know, just kind of set up camp, sat under the tree for a little bit as everybody's like warming up, like talked to some friends. Like it felt good to have that race experience that I haven't had in a long time. Like I just love these little local races. So low key, still fun.
Reese-
But also, sorry, I was going to say.
You did that race too, right?
Yeah, you did that race a couple years ago. The first
Yeah, I
year.
have it. I have something here. I got some like QOM something
Yep.
or other, but I don't know what I did. I did like a
Well,
long
Did you
yeah.
both win the race?
Yeah, it was some like 17 something mile.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did the 3-lapper. I just did the 1-lapper.
Yeah.
And it's a little different nowadays, but I do want to
Okay.
say, like, I helped Kevin set this one up, and the Samson's Revenge name. You can be thankful for me for that one. I like that name. But
Like-
it's a looped course. And so if you're doing like the 55K, you're doing 6 loops. If you're doing the 25K, basically, you're doing 3.
Something.
And then you can do a 10K that adds on a little bit on a road section, which was honestly the part that I was more worried about than any of it. But it's a cool little race for sure. But they do have a Queen of the Mountain and King of the Mountain segment that goes
Yeah.
up the climb. And I kind of like
Nice.
those like fun little additions into a race.
Mhm.
I'm just like, I just got to get up and over because it's a steep, punchy climb, isn't it? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I did it 3 times.
Yeah. And every time
Like,
it's just
wish
like,
you looped
bam,
it.
right there. But
Love
yeah,
a good climb though.
yeah, love a good local race. So go do your local races, folks.
Alex,
I
I
had
think
so
you
much
need
fun.
to come to Colorado. We're going to go like do a retreat in the mountain.
I love this.
Yeah. And then you're going to come back down. We'll come back down and we're going to be like totally new people. And we're going to We're going to ride horses and ride bikes, and we're going to go to the archery range and then
Oh yeah.
the driving range. I'm actually creating. So
Wait, can I come? That
yeah,
sounds
at
great.
the end of the summer, I pitched this idea to my friend. We're going to do it. We're going to do something called Senko de Sporto, and it's 5 sports.
I already love it.
All has to be in one day. I have to run a half marathon, bike like 20 something miles, TBD. I have to jump a 2.6 to 2.9 course out at the horse farm. Then I have to do the
Golf 9
walking
holes.
archery course. Yeah, walking archery course here in Fort Collins. And then I have to play a round of 9 all in one day.
And you have to drink a beer
All in
between
one day?
each.
All in one day. It's going to happen. This is what I'm training for. It's after I'm done with Infinite Jest.
This is Reese's balance. She takes all of her activities. She's like, one day.
Yep.
Best I can.
One day.
I better go
It's
all
happening.
in. You never know
We're
when it's
all
going to be
okay
taken
here.
away.
I feel like
I love it.
like it's not like a crazy endurance event, but to me, I'm like, there's just a lot of
Oh, yeah, it is. You're out
changing
and
of
about, all
outfits
that.
Yeah.
and showering
Logistics.
that needs to happen.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to need
But-
photos of
do
every
you,
outfit.
do you have a bow? Do you shoot?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I used to do that. I kind of forgot that was a thing that I enjoyed.
Oh my God. We have a really good walking course here. And when we went to Tucson has so many cool walking archery courses where
Oh, cool.
like George and I had so much fun. There are so many cool places.
I can imagine
And
packing for an adventure
This is
weekend with
what-
you guys. Throw the golf
this
clubs
is-
in. Yeah, we'll need
This is
some
the
running
event
shoes.
Reese and I are going to
Bikes are on
do.
the back. This is great.
Yeah.
This
It's a
is the
lot.
adventure we've been planning.
Yeah.
Okay. Gosh.
Okay,
What
I'm
were
really-
we supposed to talk about today?
Oh, yeah.
One more
Something.
thing. I think I might
Yeah.
get a motorcycle. Do we like that idea? I used to ride all
yeah.
the time. Why?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
Yes.
know.
I don't trust.
used to
think
love-
because I'm a cyclist,
Oh, is that
according
like
to
a
me and not some other people.
self-proclaimed?
I used to like. I mean, I've been to like Sturgis.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I
We
don't
need
trust
photos.
other riders, other drivers, and like
Yeah, they don't
Sure. I
think that
acknowledge
makes
your
me
speed limit.
nervous.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
at least with a motorbike, you can be in the lane of travel of all those others. But
people are
yeah.
so distracted and so dumb.
the
Everyone
time.
that my favorite
Yeah,
thing
just
to
don't
do.
be dumb on your motorcycle, okay?
But it's
No,
the
the
other
driver.
people.
Yeah.
It totally is. But
Drive
that's whether
around
you're in
and-
a car too. Like just be a
Just drive
defensive
around
driver.
and watch how many
How
people
people-
are on their phone.
Yeah.
It is
They're literally
terrifying.
driving like this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Okay.
don't want to die because of you're watching some stupid
Because you're watching
TikTok.
Instagram reels while you're driving or TikTok. Yeah.
like you are going to hit me while I'm
Have
on
you
my
seen the
bike.
people who mount their phone and you can literally see they're watching videos?
Mhm.
Like we're going like
No.
through Salt Lake, which Reese,
See,
you know, is like
this is
you're lucky to get through it every time. Every time we're like, okay, good, we made it home.
why
But I'll-
Waymo is a cool thing to me.
Yeah.
Of like, I hope more public transit is like on this
Yeah.
Waymo, or like more people will choose to do something like this with their car in the future. Of like, because you're going to be distracted anyways. I'd rather have
Right.
something else controlling
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm probably
But
not
maybe
opposed
not
to it, but-
at the same time. I'd rather just live in the mountains and chop
Yeah,
wood and
people
run.
are bad drivers.
Yes. they are.
Absolutely.
We're just getting worse. It's
Especially
getting
in our, yeah. And we all live kind of in touristy areas too. And it's so,
Mhm.
like Memorial Day weekend this past weekend,
Oh my
I'm just
God.
like,
It's bad.
oh, yeah. I've called so many people stupid, and that's a strong word for me.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I would add a lot of other colorful words around that.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I know
mad.
they're all in white Grand Wagoneer rentals, and I know it, and you can't convince me
Well,
otherwise.
in Colorado, the rental
Texas
plates are all
plate.
red, or Texas.
Yeah.
Those are worse than the
Texas
rental
plate.
plates. Let's be honest.
Every single if people have gotten this far in the podcast, they're gonna be like, "Wow, here it is.
Yeah, here we are.
Here it comes."
Yeah.
How do you guys? You're talking about all these like be conscious things. I'm like, I consciously hate people driving these.
I know. I always watch going back to Infinite Jest, I always watch This Is Water, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like people, there might be a reason they're driving like that. Everyone's experiencing different things. And then I'm
Oh,
like,
sure. Yeah.
no.
Well, do you guys do
fucking
this? I don't want to make it so personal because I know they're poor driving, But then I know their poor driving isn't because I'm behind them. It's not like
because of the
they're
elk.
not trying to spite me but they are making this conscious decision that's so centered around themselves of like stopping on a 60-mile-an-hour highway to look at some elk off to the side.
Yeah.
Don't.
Or a
You
fake
just can't. Like,
waterfall.
that's illegal and dumb. And so I just have made it a practice of like, I don't want to see their face. I'm not going to look at them. Where my dad, like when I was 15 and did my first drive after I got my permit, someone did something stupid. He's like, flick them off, Taylor, flick them off. And he's
Your
like,
dad?
I'm like, no,
Hell
Dad.
yeah.
And he's like, I'll do it for you. And so like, I think, there's times I kind of feel like I really want to do that because it's like, deadly. But I just can't look at their faces because I can't like make it a personal thing because even though so stupid.
I feel
Be
like we're
better
learning
drivers,
a lot
people.
about our inner psyches today.
I know. Like we all are going there.
Yeah, I'm like, this is actually, can we just say that this is like a therapy session for all
I know.
of us?
It feels like
Every
like
week.
those. I've been
Yeah.
in those group circles where it's just like it does feel a little like that.
I mean, this is the salon, the old salon where you'd get your perm weekly or
Yeah.
every other week. This is exactly why.
Thank you for sharing and being so vulnerable with us today, everyone.
Thank you for showing up with your full self today.
Well, this will help though. This will help with our initial conversation that we were going to have. Because this is
Okay.
how I wanted to do it
I
anyway.
told you this was going to derail it.
No, this is
Also,
perfect.
Taylor,
Welcome
I'm
to
sorry
the Dirt Division
that I've been
Drive.
sending you mean things.
Oh
this
my
part
gosh.
of the come
So
down.
this is what I
I'm
need
trying
to
to
bring
justify
up.
it.
This is why I have so much angst this week, maybe. All of a
And I'm
sudden,
sorry.
randomly, I get a text.
It's not
of-
totally random. I told you guys Jared and I have been like
Sure.
enjoying roasting each other.
Yep. And I know the
Oh,
whole
I've heard
Kevin
about
Hart
this,
roast.
Taylor.
And yeah. Well, yeah, all of a sudden I get a text out of
Like a
nowhere.
mean
that's
girl, I
just
went to
like-
my friend and I was like, this is funny, right?
No, it was funny. I will say that. And even if I didn't know you were into roasts lately, it would have been funny because there's always, thanks for not making it so harsh because all of it is true in some way. But so thank you for being kind to my tender heart. But I just received
When
a
you
text
didn't respond,
of like,
I thought that your feelings were hurt, and then I started to spiral and feel really bad, and that's when
well,
I sent
I
it
actually
to
was
you,
kind
and
of
I'm
glad
like,
that happened
it's
because I knew you would be thinking that way. But we had an electrician over and we don't have
dude.
any service at our house. And so when our
Oh.
power's out, we have no service at all. And so
Yeah, when your
he-
text turned green, I went to Jared and I'm like, see, he's just busy. He's not mad.
No, I just couldn't text you back. But it actually worked out because I didn't get your text until like hours after you actually sent it.
Okay.
But yeah, it was funny. It was funny. But then she did her own roast to herself because I think you just felt bad for roasting me.
Yeah, I was trying to be like, it's funny.
But you
see,
can't roast yourself. You can't roast yourself. I'm gonna make a script and I'm gonna
I'm
hit
pretty
you
good
when
about being
the day before your
self-deprecating.
marathon. You look out. I'm gonna hit you with a just kidding.
Wow. Deep cut.
That sounds good.
No,
I respond well to things like that, actually.
No, we'll
so.
have to. We might need to post that because they were actually really clever, and that's what I love about roasts. I actually don't like the fact that they're like the ones that are published on Netflix or whatever. Like those are like a lot of actual really hurtful, deep things
Yeah.
that we all just get to laugh at. I haven't watched the Tom Brady or the Kevin Hart one, but these ones, I think you won't hurt me that bad, right? Tell me.
No.
Okay.
It's like, right, promise?
And Reese's will be like full paragraphs of dark.
Existential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these references back to David Foster Wallace.
Yeah. I would like really go into just like too philosophical,
Yep.
something there, like you really think highly of yourself. I would go there probably if I were roasting me.
Yeah. Ooh,
I'd be like, wow, shit.
you think you're a cyclist.
Reese
but
claims she's
just kidding.
balanced, but she's going to do every activity she's ever enjoyed in one day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm balanced. I would say,
On the pursuit of balance.
yeah, I have too many hobbies. I would say
That can be her book.
Too many hobbies.
Your memoir.
Balanced.
Oh
too many
God, I
hobbies.
would not read a memoir on me.
The Pursuit of Balance.
The pursuit.
It would be
of
like the
balance.
worst. Yeah, it would be real bad. I don't even remember. We were supposed to be talking about gear, I think. And
Yep,
that's,
we're gonna
yeah,
do
gear.
a
Go ahead,
little bit of
question.
gear talk, and this is
Okay.
how I was gonna prefer to do this, anyways. here are the rules. We're going to talk about 4 different categories: a favorite of this year, a surprise of this year, something that you'll pass on, like
pass on in a will, or that like I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
no, you don't need that in your life.
Okay.
Yeah. And then something you're excited about in terms of gear.
I love that that's where your mind was. Something I will keep and pass on to someone when I die.
Yeah. I'm just like,
The
am I giving
Swedish
this to
death
someone?
cleaning. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay. And so, I mean, let's keep the excited one for last. Which one do we want to start with? And you get no qualifiers. You're just going to tell us what it is, the item.
We're not going to say why.
You can have one qualifier for one of these on this list.
Okay.
So naturally, because you roasted me on all these, I'm going to qualify the one that I pass on. You can go read the reviews of the other things to
I don't
get
remember
why.
even when I reviewed certain things.
Yeah. And it's okay. If let's just say recent. Yeah.
Okay.
We've been getting so much, which, I mean, I've been crunching numbers lately. We did 91 trail shoe reviews last year.
Mm-hmm.
And 24 gear related reviews within the last calendar year, May to May.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff to think about. And we're already on track to beat that for this year. Okay. So, what do you want? Let's go with our favorite so far. Oh, wait, pass. Oh, okay. We're going there.
You said favorites last.
Okay. I was going to say
what are you going to pass on to your, to Loaf and Odie when you do?
To Loaf and Odie, yeah. What am I leaving to my successors? Man, it's hard because there's just so many things where I'm like, yeah, it's good, but like I don't need it.
Well, that's why that makes it hard. Of like, all this is like, even for favorites, like there's a lot of good things out there, but there's not a lot that really stand out. Same with I mean, all of these categories, a lot of like genuinely good. That's what makes it hard to review these days.
I mean,
or meh. There's a lot in the meh file too.
Yeah, I think stuff that I'm going to pass on. If it's a shoe, the Agravic TT.
Okay.
Pass. Yep.
Alex?
I'm going to pass on this black diamond glove that came with the FKT pulls, which I love. Because this little magnet, I thought, so like Lucky has the like little thing that you just snap in. Mm-hmm. And I thought, I'm like, oh, this is better because sometimes this gets sweaty and dirty and gross and I have to like really jam it in or it gets stuck. This little magnet thing during the race made me so angry because it was never turned the right way and it never just snapped in. Like one side would snap in nice. The other one, I had to literally take my hand and try to like push this tiny little magnet into a little channel and it made me crazy. So pass.
And you had miles and miles and miles to think about it.
Yeah.
Well, that's why like when you do something like that with gear, of like, if you're going to come up with something different as an alternative to something that's already really great, you better be really
it's
great.
Gotta work.
That's open to criticism.
Yep.
My pass is the Merrill Agility Peak 6. And it's exactly.
And
it's not, I'm not saying it's a terrible shoe, but there's so many other shoes in this category that have come out this year that are just past it by a long ways, where when you're talking about grip as being your best attribute, there's probably something wrong with the other parts. It just missed the mark on, I know where they were hoping to go, but it's just, one of those shoes that just, there's so many others that are better in that category these days.
Yeah.
How about a favorite? What's a favorite of this year? I'll start.
Go.
ACG Zagama.
I never got that.
I really hope you still get it. You're both on the list still.
Okay.
Send them. Come on, ACG. Send them the Zagama to back me up.
That, for me, this was almost a surprise too. So I'm going to have, damn it. Now I'm going to have to think of a different one for surprise. And I think it was this year, is the Scott Kinnabaloo Trail.
Oh.
I was
hoping you'd
that
bring
shoe.
that up.
And it is like EVA, like it is not crazy special, but I probably choose to wear that most of, like, if I'm not wearing like the Norda, I'm honestly wearing that, and it's to the point now where I have to like get a new one because
Oh wow.
I've
Which is
destroyed it.
rare.
That's a
Yeah.
testament. Yeah.
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 And it's a really approachable shoe. Like I think when it does come to the US, it's supposed to be around $160. It's just, it can do it all. Feels good. The fit, phenomenal, but it's
Love it.
simple. A simple, good
Yeah.
shoe. I actually took that off my list, hoping you would say it. Because
Yeah.
there we go.
My favorite thing is not a shoe. I obviously love the Ultimesa 500, but the Arc'teryx Norvin wind shell. I feel like it's perfect. It fits well. It's so light. It has like all the features, like you can adjust the waist and the hood, and it's like a breathable Houdini. Like Houdinis make me feel like I'm wearing a gas station poncho half the time because I feel like it doesn't breathe. I get really hot. I'm like damp inside unless it's really cold. But I feel like the Norvin wind shell is amazing. Higher price point, but it's like I bring that thing everywhere. It's been so worth it so far.
Love it. Okay, what was our next one?
Surprise.
Okay.
My surprise is the Hoka Speed Goat 7 wide. I've never had to wear a wide shoe. I do not have a wide foot, like a very narrow foot. And the wide fits great. Like I was really excited about the Speed Goat 7, and then I put the regular one on. It was like pinching my toe, rubbing immediately.
Distractingly,
The wide.
right?
Yeah.
Distracts from all the other parts
It
of
was
the shoe
horrible.
that are pretty good.
Yep. I'm like, I'm going to lose my pinky toenail on a 10-mile run.
Keep your pinky toenails. If they made this version into an Evo Speed Goat, would you like
Be
that,
so
or do
happy.
you think some other things? Okay.
No, I would love it.
Okay, a wide Evo Speed Goat 7. Calling for it, Hoka. Calling. My surprise was the Solomon gravel concept, which I mean surprises me a little bit because of the aesthetics. You look at it and it just looks slightly more like a hiking boot than it does like a road or gravel racing shoe. But it was just like a really unique sensation that I wasn't expecting. And I've really enjoyed it. Like a lot of gravel miles or just road to light trail, very light trail, has been like so fun and not so aggressive that I couldn't wear it every day. If I could wear it every day if I wanted to.
My surprise is, I don't know why it's a surprise. I got Smartwool shorts and a top. And in my head, I'm like, I don't know what I think about Smartwool, but I just think that that's not for me. And I love them. Like,
I have that same thing about Smartwool. Why do we feel that way? Like it's just like, oh, other
it's
people
something
wear
with their
that.
brand. And the shorts, I was like, oh, I would like wear these as like
I wore
just
them yesterday.
around.
Great.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm super into these. And the
Are they like tight shorts?
They're loose, but they're the elusive 4-inch loose short, and they are like loose enough and flowy enough that they don't like bunch up while you're
So they're not
running.
like a huge,
And the liner is comfortable, and I was like, damn, Smartwool.
The liner is what gets me. Of like, there's another brand, Ibex, and they have like a wool-based liner, and I think that makes a huge difference in comfort, but also just like wearing and stankiness throughout running.
Shocked.
Just something you could just keep.
That's awesome.
Keep on all day. You could go
What
run.
are they called, Reese?
I think they're like active something. Actually,
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just their active line.
it is. I think
The
I have them
active
here.
short. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it's just like the ultralight something or other. This is the shirt tag, but
Cool.
I'm loving them. I think we're all going to be excited about the exact same thing.
Okay, let's all say it at the same time. Excited in 3, 2, 1.
Norda
055.
We
Come
are
on,
all
Nick.
such losers.
I know. I'm just like, I want to put it on. And also the Mount to Coast M1 I'm so
Yes,
excited for that too
yep.
because I love the Mount.
I haven't run in that. I've
And
never
there are
run
some
in
other
Mount
shoes that I
Goodwin.
can't say that I'm
You
really
haven't ran in
excited
an
about.
H1 or?
Not even the H1? Dude.
I ran once in the Believe in the Run version.
Okay.
That's the
But was
only
it too
time, but
big
I
for
want to
you, I'm
get some like
guessing?
Mount to Coast.
Yeah, you need to get in that. Their foam is amazing. I love
Yeah.
their shoes. The fit's great. The rockers is fun.
Yeah. Can I say one
the
more,
5.5.
one other thing I'm excited about and surprised at the same time? Just because it's going to be coming to the market here soon. This is that ACG top. And not that I'm excited to wear it myself because I'm glad I live in the middle of nowhere because I can just wear it out and nobody's going to see me in it.
Do you feel self-conscious in it?
It's just, yeah, it's
Just
just
'cause
a
it's, like,
really
loud,
weird
or-
garment. No,
Yeah.
it's wonderful. And like, it's one of those things that you could easily call out, like, no way it actually does what they're saying. But it does. And that's where, like, I think,
But it does.
but it does. I'm more excited about clothing right now, probably because I think there are some cool things happening, great materials being used. Like, I love, like, we've talked about Satisfying the Space O short, phenomenal. Like, a lot of those are just comfort oriented too, might have some holes in it, but it's rare to have something like that feels technologically advanced that you're wearing.
Actually functions, yeah.
Yeah. And I've been surprised at the runs I've done in it, and we'll have a review of it. But
Cool.
I think it could actually change some things for athletes if you're willing to spend $275 on your shoes, $275 on your shirt, $300 on your shorts.
$1,500 kit.
Yeah, why not? Why
I'd be
not?
too self-conscious. Honestly, I saw someone wearing that and I was like, "Pff, what a flex." And I'm so judgy. I was like, we
Yeah.
get it.
Right, this like mesh.
Yeah, like it just felt to me, and again, like I'm just being a cynical East Coaster. I'll refrain from all the other ways I would describe myself that are much harsher, but just like not, I wasn't being my best self, and I saw it in Boulder and I was like, fucking Boulder, of course.
Yeah.
You're like, you just have to
The
show
people who are
like,
paid to use those, actually.
yeah, and it's just in Boulder, everything feels like everyone's just like eyeing you up, and they're like, "Are you an athlete?
Measuring,
Are you in
yeah.
Yes.
full
all the
kit?"
time.
And I could go off about that.
I've heard that exists.
It's just a very elitist zone, and so when I saw that, I was doing the same thing, but with the opposite reaction, where I was like, "Ugh."
Yep.
And they're probably a great person, and I'm
So
not
get
thinking
Reese one.
It was
kindly of them.
probably Drew Holman, who's known to be one of like the nicest humans ever.
I guarantee you the
Apparently.
person was nice, and I was clearly the like jerk.
Well, did
where I
you
was-
say
and
it
I
out?
didn't say
Did you
anything.
say it out loud to them?
No, I
Okay, good.
have more
This is good.
restraint than that.
Reese is just going around being a dick to everybody.
Yeah, just going around. You look stupid.
Why the hell are you wearing
Get
that?
it, you're sponsored. Cool.
Like Adam Sandler just blurting things out. Yeah.
Like clearly, like not appropriate. But in my brain, I think I was running with someone. I was like, ugh, audible. I
Well,
like,
was it hot
God,
out?
I'm not-
Was it hot out? He was probably
No,
cooler than
and that
you.
was why
Oh,
it really made me
yeah.
mad. Is because
That's
it
why I
was
haven't worn it very
overcast.
often. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, it's overcast. It's like I am in a long shirt, like a wool shirt, and I was like, you're doing this as a flex, and I know
Just to
it.
piss me off.
That's all he has in his closet, right?
Yeah, and I'm like,
I'm
and
gonna
I
show up
beg
to our
you
next
drive a Grand
podcast in it.
Wagoneer.
I think
Yep.
you should wear it on the podcast.
With red plates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
don't be
I'll get
surprised
off
if we show
my
up.
soapbox.
I'll put
It's
on my
about
dress.
time
You put
for-
on that shirt. Reese,
Yep.
you wear your horse stuff.
Yep.
I am actually in horseback riding pants right now because that's where I'm heading.
You
After
have your
the-
boots on.
I have on like my riding pants. You can't see them, but I'm going to the horse barn after this, which is the
She's ready to
collared
go.
shirt. Yeah, I'm like, we gotta go. It's
You're ready?
good rain though.
She's like,
Okay.
in fact, I gotta go now.
Yep. Okay.
Gotta put on some tall boots.
Well, there you go. You never know what
All
you're
right,
going to
thanks
get
for
on this show.
therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up as your full selves, everyone.
We'll see you next
this
week
space.
after reflection and
Yeah.
with full
And like this
roasts
isn't
about each
giving
other.
fun
We
of
need a Gong
people in
Taylor.
therapy. Honestly, like I've been to so much. So
I know.
I'm like,
I still, every 2
you
weeks,
gotta sing
you
in
won't
the
let me back
lifeboats.
off.
Yeah. Sing in the lifeboats, y'all. We're all fucking drowning.
Yep.
I'll do it smiling though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm deeply unwell.
I put all my eggs in one basket.
I'll add it to your roast. I have content now. More content for the roast I made for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
From today.
We're going to have to do a nightly, some special at some point.
Glad we're all just deeply
We're all
unwell,
here.
not driving, but putting on a good face for it.
It's fun.
High five.
High five. Here we all are. Okay.
All right.
See you at
All
next
right.
week's therapy session.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Lagoon Sleep is a sponsor of this episode. I don't need to hound you about the importance of getting good sleep every night, but why not get great sleep when you have the chance? We know that sleep is one of the most powerful yet underutilized training components. Lagoon supports your sleep with the most comfortable and customized pillow for you. Go to lagoonsleep.com/believe to take a quick quiz, and they will recommend a pillow based on your needs. I am the otter as I sleep hot and mostly wanted some cushy support for my neck and head. While sleep comes pretty easily for me, I still notice a difference during the occasions I don't have my Lagoon pillow. I believe in it so much that my whole family now uses Lagoon pillows, and we bought those ourselves. If you want one too, head to lagoonsleep.com/believe, take the quick quiz, and use code BELIEVE for 15% off your order. Hey, this is Taylor with Believe in the Run.
This is Alex with Believe in the Run.
And today we get the privilege to sit down with a name you may have heard, especially if you're in the trail world, but very rarely does trail running make mainstream media. This is the Rachel Entrekin. She recently had a major win at the Cocodona 250 outright. And there's a lot of reasons why that's a major milestone in the sport of trail running and just the world of sport in general. So we're really excited to talk to her. Obviously, we're excited to hear about the gear and the things she used along the way and wherever our conversation goes. But we're excited to talk to Rachel today. And Rachel, welcome to The Drop.
Hello. How's it going?
Going great. I mean, this is a nice little afternoon thing to do. Just talk with friends and trail folks. We were talking a little bit off air that it's kind of unbelievable, at least to me, that I'm doing this podcast thing and we're all kind of used to it by now. But we do get to meet with some great people. And so, Rachel, before we really get into the weeds about some of your most recent adventures, could you give a little bit of background for our audience of like, how did you get into this running thing at all? And also just running these insanely long, weird to me, distances.
Weird. Rude.
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't know your immediate audience, Taylor.
I know.
Yeah. So I was born and raised in the Southeast. So born in Alabama, lived in Texas, North and South Carolina before kind of settling back into Alabama for school. Got my doctorate degree from the University of Alabama in Birmingham. So I'm a physical therapist professionally, I suppose. Although I'm not working now. But yeah, and then after school, I moved to Washington State, where my probably love of mountain running really solidified. I'd started doing trails. I'd done marathons on the roads forever. Living in Alabama, started getting into trails in Alabama, and then kind of got a cool opportunity to visit Seattle when I was in school, fell in love with it, moved out there, discovered mountains, fell in love with that too. Stayed there for almost 4 years and then moved to Los Angeles, which, mountain mecca.
Naturally, right?
Just kidding. Yeah. But there are some really cool mountains sort of close. You just have to really like sitting in your car in order to get to them. I lived there.
Did you go to LA for, was it a school or work progression or what was?
It's funny because, I'm a PT, right? So I can work anywhere, but it's like, I went to LA for work. But I got into oncology rehabilitation.
I thought you were going to say acting or something like that.
No, I was not.
PT with the side of acting. Why not?
No, this face is made for radio. I got into cancer rehabilitation, which you really can only do in major cities, just because that tends to be where people come for treatment, and you want to be convenient. to that.
Sure.
So I became the rehabilitation program director. And then I just,
That's a bigger title than I'll ever have.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was a director, believe it or not. But it was a lot of work. I really loved working with present tense, working with the population, because, their lives have been really rudely interrupted by a diagnosis, and they're pretty excited to get back into doing anything. And with cancer, a lot of the times doctors will tell you everything that you can't do anymore. And with PT, we're very much like, here's what you can still do. And so I think that makes it a very unique experience, I think, especially on the medical side for that population. So I just loved it. I mean, that population rules.
Can I ask, was that a personal thing? Like, why specifically in cancer rehabilitation did you have?
I don't have a history.
Okay.
I guess kind of fell into it. I accepted a job at Select Physical Therapy when I first got to LA, with the caveat that I would get trained in treating oncology populations. So I had to go through about a year long or year and a half long, I don't remember now because it's been too long ago, but a program that trained me how to treat that group. And then about anywhere between maybe 10 to 20% of my caseload when I wasn't the director was probably oncology. And then once I became the program director, it was like 50% of my caseload, which was awesome. But yeah, it just kind of was something else to try that was tied to a job. And then I loved it. I just loved it. So primarily treated breast cancer, but it was probably mostly breast cancer. There was a couple like gynecologic cancers too. And then, I'd say like 75% breast cancer, probably like 10% abdominal cavity, and then whatever percent other. Lymphoma was pretty popular too. But, you get a lot of like deconditioning and you get surgeries and all the side effects and everything. And it's really helpful to have a medical professional that you see twice a week. And, a lot of the times it was more therapy than it was physical therapy, because they have so many things going on and they just like to talk to us and make sure that like this thing is normal, or, how does this look? And I mean, I did catch a couple like, hey, this is not good. Like, you need to go back to your doctor, and like, I will help you get that appointment. So it's really helpful. And I just found that I was really passionate about that population in particular. So I stayed in LA for 4 years.
I love your framing of that too, of like, everyone telling them what they can't do. Here are the things that you need to be careful about, take out and not do. And then you're like, here are the things you can, and here are the things I'm going to help you do. Like, that's such I don't know, it's just refreshing.
Yeah. And I got that feedback from a lot of patients. Like it's always such a relief to come to somewhere where you can do more than you expect.
Yes.
So it was really fun. And you get so much like physical progress a lot of the times with those folks, because they are very dedicated. In my experience, they've always been really dedicated and very positive. They were an inspiring population to work with, honestly.
Yeah.
So they certainly all have taught me a lot. But yeah, and so I did that for 4 years, but eventually it was just like, God, being a program director is a lot of work. And I was, trying to do Cocodona and like try to race these competitive hundreds. And it was a lot to try to juggle. And so I kind of bit the bullet. I'd been talking about doing travel physical therapy for at least 6 years, and I never had done it. And I kind of got an opportunity to try it. And that opportunity took me to Colorado. And that's where I am. So when that contract ended last June, I decided to kind of take the chance that I could get a professional running contract. And there were a lot of ups and downs there, but we eventually landed with folks that I'm really excited to work with and for. So yeah, it's been a wild ride.
Do you feel like, I know you alluded kind of loosely to some ups and downs. Do you feel like there's something about I feel like I've heard other people discuss this a little bit about like the 200-mile distance and how it's like kind of in a different category or like a different bucket. Have people articulated that to you at all, or have you experienced that? Because I know you have like a winning streak that goes back a long time. And for anyone who's paying attention, it's like, it's 100 miles. It's like these hard mountain 100 milers to Cocodona, to the shorter races. And I'm just curious if you've experienced that or people have like communicated that to you at all.
I mean, when seeking contracts in particular, like I spoke with a couple of people who straight up told me that I would never get signed with the races I was choosing. So joke's on them.
Yeah.
It really, I never believed that was true. It was repeatedly disheartening to hear, but I just thought I just didn't agree. And it, especially over the last like year or so, like after Mammoth, it was pretty like exciting. Like the 200 space got a little bit more credentialed maybe. And so, and you know, I was getting signed at that point by people in the space who were interested in telling those stories of the multi-day events. And so it's like, well, I think that you're wrong. Like, I think that the multi-day space provides a really excellent format for not only athletic accomplishments to really get a spotlight, but also storytelling. Like, you get to learn so much about the athletes because you're with them for 56 minimum hours. And during 100 milers that are 15, 16 hours, like you don't get enough time for those stories to really develop in the same way. And so, yeah, I really believed that was an incorrect or maybe a closed-minded way of thinking. And so I just really kind of stuck to my guns and I was like, well, I don't care if nobody's interested in these races. I'm interested in these races and I know other people are interested in these races. So I'm just going to keep doing them. And it turns out that a lot of people are interested in these races. And you break the internet if you win one of these races outright. So
exactly.
So yeah, so it's been kind of fun to just like have that, you know, if you really truly believe in something, even when people tell you that thing is never going to get you anywhere, it got me everything that I have now. That belief that what I was doing actually was important. So yeah, just follow your heart on that one, I guess.
Right. Well, and staying authentic to what drives you and what excites you, the right people, the right brands, the right opportunities will come across your plate for you. Yeah. So I feel like that's a really important lesson because I feel like so many athletes are just kind of like bending to different brands and expectations and this many races and show up at this one. And I think it's great that you're
and I think
it's doing your thing.
It's a little boring to just race the same events all the time. So I really like to try to do different things. Like I did a marathon last year and that was different. You know, I do everything from marathons to 250s to fixed time.
Wait, how fast did you run your marathon?
Well, it had like 6,000 feet of climbing or 8. That was very fast.
Was it a road marathon?
No, it was a trail in Aspen.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. You can't. I mean, I've run that race too. I don't know if you can really call that a marathon.
I did it. I
mean, distance-wise, yeah, but you can't just say like this is. I just ran a marathon. That's like a proper mountain marathon.
Yeah, it wasn't like a road marathon or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But you still probably crushed.
I would love to see you do one.
Road marathon. Courtney, so we did that panel at 7,000 feet, and Courtney was like, "Oh, you should do marathons with me." I was like, "Girl, like I don't know about that." But I really love the training, so maybe it could be. And I did speed work for the first time this past winter, like ever in my life, and it was pretty fun.
Works for Cocodona, yeah. Well,
what was your workout?
I don't know. Addie Bracy lives here, and she kind of was in charge of all of it. But we would do. I'm trying to remember a couple. I mean, it was all like the first time we did a workout, I had to ask what a 400 was because I didn't know what she was like. Is it a 400 or like 400s? Like I don't know what any like what are you talking about? It was Addie was dying. But we would do I don't know like. I don't know even the words, but I remember there's something called a float that we would talk about a lot. And then we would do like whatever, like an 800 at half marathon pace. And I'm just sitting here going like, I don't know what that means.
What does that even mean? Yeah.
I love it.
For us trail runners.
Anytime we would do something at whatever 5K pace was, that just meant go as hard as you possibly can for the entire time. And so that's what I would just base everything off of like as hard as you can. And if it was supposed to be like half marathon pace, then it's like, well, it's like a quarter as hard as I'm doing all out for a 5K.
Right. So, should I taste blood on this interval?
Right. And I mean, we're doing all these workouts at like 7,000 to 8,000 feet. So it's just like,
right.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Well, important disclaimer.
And that's like the thing with trail running specifically of like, whatever to your 5K time, like we know like scientifically, like it's proven if you can run your fastest 200 in some fashion, you're going to be able to run like your fastest 50, even some of your fastest 5Ks too. Like athletes are really capable of doing that. And we're kind of like in this science heyday where you have coaches like Coach Addie Bracy who knows all this and can download it and help you figure that out. And I wanted to talk about Chianti a little bit, and I know you've talked about it a lot. And based on our conversation, like I just remember last year around this time, even just like before Cocodona, a little bit after Cocodona, where if you're in the sport, you hear the conversations of like who might be signing a professional contract, who would sign, Rachel, and having the conversation of like, well, she's a 200-mile specialist. So what does that get you? Yeah. And I know I see the eye roll. Yes. And that's where this was like, okay, up until this year at Chianti, I think there was a lot of people, fans even, and brands who maybe didn't take you seriously as a contender in some of these shorter, 120K is not short.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And it's wild. And too, like, so now coming out of Chianti, out of Cocodona, like, what's kind of your response to that? I'm not trying to like pull drama out of you, but I'm just like, you have so much validation from the brands you're working with, now from the broader community, even mainstream community of like, how are you approaching trail running moving forward? And I'm guessing just based on a short conversation, it's not going to change really, but like, what's your mindset now that, you've had success on multiple levels? It showing to other people. Oh, we're putting the ponytail up. Oh, this is serious now.
She's ready to go.
Yeah. Gloves on.
I think the thing that just frustrated me, and I've heard Tara Dower talk about this a little bit too, of like people will put you in a box that you have not consented to be put in. And that was the thing that really frustrated me. Because, I mean, if you look at and I don't want to like toot my own horn or anything, but like if you look at my
I can talk about your ultra sign up.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you want one of us to do it, we can gladly read it all off.
It's here.
I think we'll be here all night if that's the case. But like I've done.
You have a huge list. Oh my God.
I have a big list. And there's a lot of ones besides distances that are not just 200s. And like some of those are even like 100 milers that I've won outright. And so for me, it was just really frustrating to hear this rhetoric of like, okay, well, I've done 3 200s and now I'm this specialist, even though I've done like 20 hundreds and been successful at like most of them.
Yeah.
And so just as many 50Ks here.
Right. Like it just didn't make any sense to me. And so like, sure, I'm not signing up to do Western States or UTMB or anything like at the time. But it was a little bit like, why did you decide to put that on me? Like, just because I've done these, are we just choosing whatever the longest distance you've done consistently? Is like that what you're going to be a specialist in? And because I've done 200s, like that's my tagline now. Like I just didn't understand. And nobody really gave me an answer that like I was satisfied with. And if the answer is because you haven't done Western States or UTMB, then like there's a lot of people who are 100-mile specialists that like aren't then. And so that was the thing that just kind of being put in that box with that label just really drove me insane. To combat that, I ran 2 200s and won both of them, but whatever. Well, yeah, I was
I'll show you.
yeah, exactly. But I was chatting with Killian Korth, and very interestingly, he was like, "It's funny that you hate that label because I would very readily accept the label of being a 200-mile specialist. Like he has and wants that label, but he's choosing that. And for me, it just felt almost disrespectful of everything else I've already done to only focus on that space. And so Chianti was really great because it is now like, okay, everybody, like you all said that I am this, and now I'm going to do this UTMB event that has really dense competition.
Yep.
And I was a little nervous going into it because, you know, I did want to make a point, but I didn't want to do it at the expense of having a good experience at the race.
Yeah.
So it was really nice that it worked out the way it did because I think I proved a point and I had a blast. It was so much fun. It was so much fun running with Ingvild and running with Courtney. And like getting the opportunity to decline a golden ticket is pretty like cool, you know?
That's a flex.
Now that's that's not only a flex, that's badass.
It
I
was
was into that.
and like to the fact that Lauren Puritz is the one who got it, like she wanted it so
Yeah.
like, I'm glad that the universe aligned and everything worked out the way it did. And so yeah, it was really satisfying to kind of like put those things to bed. And then it was a little bit like, if we're now talking about Cocodona, it made things really interesting going into Cocodona because I know there was also a lot of talking head rhetoric around like Courtney not being her anymore or whatever it was. And obviously she's still an incredibly talented, like once in a generation athlete. And she proved that at Chianti. Because the thing that was going to drive me insane is if I somehow managed to like win Cocodona or have a good day out there or whatever, and still somebody would have found an asterisk to put beside my result. Like, oh, well, she beat Courtney, but like, it's not the same. Like, okay, like we're just, I can't do this anymore. And so it really, everything really worked out really nicely. I think, it was great to like, it was great to have that resurgence of Courtney's dominance, you know, still. Like, she's still an incredible athlete that just, like, demands that level of, like, you will put her in contention for the podium no matter what. And, yeah, it was also nice to get maybe that same amount of, like, respect finally. Of, like, no, I'm not just a 200-mile specialist. Like, I am going to try at least to be competitive in a variety of distances. So yeah.
Your energy and excitement about that race, your post-race interview with Finn, I watched that like 3 times. Like your energy was just like palpable. It was so much fun to watch.
Sick. That race was so
You were
sick.
so psyched.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I will never forget. I will never forget. Because the entire race, I thought that I was in 5th place, but I thought that we were trying to go for 3rd through 5th instead of 1st through 3rd. I had no idea. But I remember there was this section where Ingvild and I kind of like were jockeying for the lead position in this one section, and then Courtney was like behind us the whole time. Not by much. I mean, we were all just like boom, boom, boom. But we were running through the single track, and it was like this technical downhill, and then it flattened out, and then it was slightly uphill, and it was and we were all just mobbing, and it was incredible. Like the feminine energy was just like and there was this guy that was like in between us at one point, and I just remember thinking to myself, like, get this guy out of here! Like
You're ruining it.
Get out of here, dude!
Get this guy out of here.
This guy out of here! We are women. Hear us roar, and like you're just in the middle. But yeah, it was an amazing experience, and like the respect that all of us had for each other at the end of throughout the race and at the end of the race was just it was so awesome to be a part. So I was really honored to have it.
Well, and one of the cool things coming out of that, and this is from a spectator, and I have 2 daughters, and they spectate with me. They like watching these races. Like every day Cocodona was going, they were there. Like it's the only time we really have our TV on when some of these events are But post race of Chianti, especially, to be able to have, I personally have an issue a little bit when people are like, we need more drama in trail running. We need more
No, we tried that last week. It's not good.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We brought you on here to talk about the circle pit, Rachel, unbeknownst to you.
That's our next question. Just kidding. We are done. We are done talking about the circle pit. But it was just like for my daughters, I remember just them being tuned in to your guys' interaction at the finish line and how this is the type of finish line that I want every ultra runner to be. Yeah, there might be drama within the race and the competition itself, but the complete support of one another. Like there was no oh, I should have, or ill will, or blah, blah, blah. Like it was purely stoke and excitement for each other and what just happened. Like it felt like a very honoring experience, like post race.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It to me, that gets me more excited to be part of this sport than anything when those are the storylines that are told and
that's what
visuals
people
shown.
remember. Yeah.
And I mean, in my opinion, it might take a little extra. So there was a lot of, it's funny, there was a lot of commentary around the fact that I was present for a lot of people's finishes at Cocodona, and it's that's not really a negotiable thing, in my opinion.
That's trail running.
Because last year I won the women's race, and I was there for the 2 and 3. So Lindsay and Sarah's finish. I was this isn't something that we're discussing. If I'm able to be there, obviously, I think the first year I missed, I think everybody's finish because I was dead. It was my first time, and I just physically could not.
I was going to say, little disclaimer, some of us were not physically able to go back downtown. but
I
watched you on the live stream. Congratulate everyone.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's, I just remember back when I was, wee little trail running Rachel, and if the winner of the race is a celebrity. And within the race. And so if that person comes up to you and is hey, I saw you finish, good job. I remember how much that meant to me when I was first getting started. And so, I don't know. If I'm in a position where I can help someone see that what they did is cool no matter what, and deserves to be celebrated across the board, I would like to try to do that as much as possible. So yeah, not really. So, I mean, having, Courtney and Ingvild were only 5 to 10 minutes ahead of me at Chianti, but having them stay to congratulate me and, welcome me into the finish is really sick.
Yeah.
I remember, I think Courtney was surprised that I was at the finish line of Cocodona. And then Meg was shocked that both Courtney and I were there. And it's no, that's just a part of the sport, in my opinion. If you're
pull up a cot.
Right. If you're able to do it, then make sure it happens. It really shows what I think the sport is all about. And that's celebrate anybody doing something hard and making it to the finish. So the race, my race didn't feel over until my week, I guess, wasn't over until the last finisher crossed the line. I was going to try to be there for as many people as I could.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. I'm still just flabbergasted by this whole 200 plus mile thing, and where I'm just I just want to go up that mountain and back down. And that's my kind of running currently. Gosh.
Rachel, you've been on a lot of podcasts, a lot of interviews. Do you feel like you've started to process everything, or has it just been kind of one thing to the next, day to day? You're just busy. What does this look like for you?
I guess I don't really know, because it seems like everybody's telling me that this is a really big deal, but for me, it's I just ran a race, and I'm really flattered that everybody wants to talk to me about it. And I'm really excited for all of the opportunities that I think are going to happen because of this for me. I mean, if I'm being perfectly honest. But yeah, it's just like, well, all I did was run. Like, what do you mean? I don't know. Like, it's funny because at the panel with Courtney and Meg, there were like a lot of questions about, what do you think this means for women in sports? And like, what do you think about like, I just feel like I was just kind of thrust into this like figurehead for women's sports. And
Yes, on behalf of all of us.
but it's like, and I'm flattered and I'm honored, but it's like, I don't know. I mean, I have women that I sat on that panel next to Courtney and I was like, I don't even want to talk. Like, I just want to listen to Courtney. Like, I don't care what I have to say. Like, I just want to listen to Courtney. And like, I want to listen to Meg. And like, I don't know. It was really, it's been strange to like, I guess, come to this understanding that now I could be in that same realm for a lot of people. Because I don't feel like I've really changed at all. But obviously I have changed something. I am just still the same. So it's been a really interesting thing to try to like manage. And at the end of the day, like, I would like to think that fundamentally I like who I am. I don't think I'm going to try to change anything about, I would like to hope that I still go on group runs with people and I still like go do podcasts and I'm open with about all my training and stuff. Like, I like those qualities and I'm not interested in changing them just because I now have a bigger audience. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. Well,
I think that's what's so appealing about you as an athlete is just like, you're so relatable, you're down to earth, you're grounded, you're authentic to your values and what you like to do and how you like to show up. And just for the record, a lot of us want to hear you talk too. So I was listening to that panel and I'm like, I don't know, everything. It's just great hearing about your experience and just like what you're kind of processing in real time too. Like being able to share that of just like, yeah, I haven't been like sleeping that much. I've been doing a lot of interviews and trying to get back into running. And are you feeling recovered, like physically recovered? How does that look for you?
I have a rule of thumb, which is ridiculously unhealthy, but it's however many nights of sleep I miss for an event is how many weeks I take off of my training. Where, I mean, I'll run, but like, I don't really care. So for instance, at Cocodona the first year, I missed 3 nights basically. No, I did. I missed 3 nights. And so for 3 weeks, I was like, I don't care. Like, I'll go for runs, but like, I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I'm not trying to, I'm just, 20 miles. Great. I don't care. And so, last year and this year, I both missed 2 nights. And so it's about 2 weeks. And I think that that's, in chatting with Meg and Courtney both, it sounds like that's about where they are too, is like about 2 weeks to kind of get together enough to like
have things settle down a little bit.
Bring together a run.
Does that make you feel better, Alex?
No, I'm like, what, 3 weeks? It took me 4 nights. And
so you still got a whole
probably take me about 4 months.
I mean,
well, that's fine. Everybody's
I've got along.
Everybody's different.
Yeah.
But for me, that's just what I found is like my general rule of thumb is nights missed equals weeks off. And so I did do some pretty decent runs with Devin Yanko and Addie Bracey over the weekend. And they were pretty, I got some QOMs. I don't want to brag or anything, but I got some QOMs. And so it's like,
which isn't easy in that Salida area, let me tell you.
No, it's not.
No.
And so, yeah, I definitely feel like I was pretty tired by the end of those runs, but like, I'm always tired when I train with Devin Yanko because she's a freaking animal. So it kind of was like, okay, I feel like I might be like this week. I'm in theory going to try to like hit my usual numbers that I like to hit. And I think it'll be doable. I have some fun adventures planned for this weekend up in the mountains. So, and I feel like I'm ready to do that. So yeah, I mean,
system is coming back online. Okay.
And slowly but surely. And if something does feel off, I'll, reassess, but I'm definitely more confident in my body holding it together. Much more so than I was like this time last weekend. Because I went on a run with my buddy Will. There's this local hill called Midland Hill, and it sucks. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll do some repeats with you. And I just absolutely was like hands on knees, like dying. So yeah, that was an eye opener. But yeah, getting those good runs in with my girlfriends was like, okay, cool. I think I'm actually like maybe systems are go.
Yeah. And you're self-coached, right? So you have flexibility and kind of go by feel.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I'm uncoachable, even by myself. Because like if something sounds cool, I'm like, yes, I will do that.
So I'm hearing Nolan's in your future. Is that what you're saying by
Well,
doing some mountain adventures? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mikey Mitch, if you know him, just moved to the valley. And I guess that's
The
something
Arkansas River Valley. Which
Yeah.
what's in the water there? Come on, everybody there is. It's really like the
Seriously.
last handful of years. People are just
The best.
coming out of there. It's
Best.
amazing. I mean, I love the area. Don't get me wrong. If I didn't live, so I live in Estes Park. If I didn't live here, we were already looking at land down there. But
Come here.
there is something. We'll
it's-
visit.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, he's set up to try to do Nolan's, and I'm not really going to be here that much this summer, which is a bummer. But I told him I'd love to go on some training runs with him, and he's like, deal. So yeah.
Are you headed over to Europe kind of early
yeah
to do
I'll
some
be-
training?
Yeah, I've heard horror stories of Americans that get all excited and go out like 2 weeks early and just blow themselves up for UTMB, and I don't want that to happen. And I'm in a position where I can not do that. And so, yeah, I'm heading out. I need to remember, but it's either the 24th or the 27th of July. I'll be heading out to
So get
France.
a full month there.
Yeah,
Nice,
it's like I'll be there the like till the 7th of September. So I'm getting
Sweet.
it'll be sick. I'm pretty excited.
You're going
I
to
mean-
immerse yourself. I love it. Yeah.
If you have to leave the Arkansas River Valley for something, I guess
France.
Chamonix area is going to be
It'll
okay.
do.
Yeah, France is okay.
Gosh.
Yeah,
I
I'm
do.
really excited. So
Rachel,
Alex.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I was going to say, I think it would be really interesting to listeners to hear Rachel's answer to the question you asked Reese and I this morning on our podcast.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I was
Hit her.
asking them because I'm in this kind of this hole of like, I do these big things and then I'm like, what do I do now? Who am I? Should I sign up for another 200? Should I just try to sign up for another 100 and, just like continue to keep signing up for something, have the structure, have something to look forward to. I ended up signing for a road marathon, like a net downhill,
She's depressed. We can
4,000
tell. Yeah.
4,000 feet plus marathon. Because I just start to kind of spiral out a little bit. And I'm like, is this who I kind of like through that identity thing? Like, is this who I am? Is this who I want to be? And like, should I keep doing this long stuff? So I always get a little bit flat after these things. And I know that your experience very different and you also had a lot going on and have big things ahead of you. But in the past, have you experienced that where you just kind of like get down and you're like, oh, what should I do? Like, where should I go next? Feel a little listless, feel a little off.
Yeah, I personally haven't really ever had that experience, mostly because I immediately go back to my very intense job and I'm not allowed to have feelings other than like caregiving.
Yeah, that's fair.
In the places that I've lived where I guess we'll talk about Cocodona specifically, I guess. Because Cocodona, I mean, it's right at the start of summer. And when I was living in Los Angeles, it's like, cool, I'll run Cocodona. I'll have 2 weeks where I have to like die and I can't really do anything. And then big mountain season starts in the Sierra.
Yeah.
And so that was always like the thing to look forward to. It's not necessarily a race, but it's like, now I get to go to this area that I love. And in Washington, when I was living there, I got into the fixed time running, and a lot of those are in the winter. The ones that I choose to do are in like January, February. And it was kind of another just like, all right, this is going to like help me pass the time until summer happens. Because for me, summer is always just like the thing. And then, when summer's over, especially in Washington, like sometimes I would get a little sad about like, oh, now it's going to rain and be cold and like the days are shorter and like, what do I do now?
Yep.
That kind of became this period where like I did get a little more into road running and the fixed time stuff. And so I always had something that was interesting on the horizon.
Okay.
Even if it wasn't an event, even if it was just like, oh, cool, this area that I want to explore is opening up now. And so the possibility for me to do those things is on the horizon. And I think that's really helped keep me from, because I know about the like post big effort spiral of death thing.
Yeah.
I
That's where I'm at right now. I'm like swirling the drain.
Because I mean, it sucks when like you can't really do anything either. Like even
I
if you
know.
wanted to go for a run, like what are you gonna do? You can't even like tie your own shoes.
Right.
So yeah, I definitely get it. But I think for me, when I have to take time off after a big event, I use that time to plan. Well, what do I want to do next? And like now's the time. I can't run, so like I can take care of my business, so that I can fuck off to the woods for the next 6 months.
Right. Yep.
So fun.
Set yourself up. Okay.
I set myself up. I use this time, and two, I mean, when you're like in my past, when I've been depressed, like I tend to not really want to do anything. But if if you like write down a list of things that you need to get done, and then you slowly like check them off, like that feels good, and then it kind of gets you into that pattern of like, okay, but doing stuff does feel good, and then one day you wake up and you're like, I want to do stuff today. And yeah, it just kind of, I gaslight myself into feeling better. Usually. I like having
I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
It works for me.
Alex started with a sundress and signing up for a road marathon.
Yeah, I don't wear dresses. I bought like a denim sundress and then I signed up for a road marathon. So we'll see how the rest of the year plays out for me. But I'm also turning 40, so I kind of blame that.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that was something that Courtney has talked about too, is doing things that are different. Because when I was in Washington, particularly, like when there are very obvious like off seasons that could be like you could take this winter as an off season. I would just do something very different. So I would switch to fixed time and road running and speedier things since the mountains are available. So yeah, switching gears is always fun, I think.
Yeah, I think it's important.
Speaking of switching gears, can we switch gears slightly to talk about some gear? Because I mean, you happen to be
Taylor.
you happen to represent some of our favorite brands right now. We love what Norda's been doing. Nick and Will have been doing amazing things. Tantrums been doing like really cool things there too, and Precision Fuel F&H, fuel and hydration, dude. All products that we've been like excited about using regularly ourselves.
Yeah. And
they're just, you represent all of them.
Yeah.
So can you give us a rundown first of, maybe you told us about the Norda 055. You used it for Chianti and for Cocodona. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience in that? Because that's one of the shoes that we get so many questions about, and we don't have it on our feet quite yet. So we have to live vicariously through you.
I have one right here. Yeah.
So
taunting
beautiful.
us.
They are great. I love these shoes. I will confess that I have a very foot-shaped foot. I'm not very high maintenance with regards to like what my foot needs. And so, I mean, as a result, like I've worn anything from Topos to Hokas to Cloud Ultra Pros. Like I've worn a lot of stuff. And I remember, like, I really like the 002 from Norda. Like, I think that's a really great, until the 55 came out, like, you would not find me in another shoe because it felt very similar to the Topos that I was used to in a way. Like, just no frills. There was like no frills associated with the shoe. And then I got my first pair of 55s and I was like, oh, just kidding. I'm never taking these off. Like they are.
Never again.
I'm never, like, maybe they'll do something better. I don't know. But like, it's hard when you have the best thing you've ever tried. It's really hard to imagine something better coming along. So that's where I'm at. They just, they're so comfortable. Like they're padded, similar to the 2s. They have a padded heel collar, which I know is kind of controversial with Nordas.
I love that.
Some people hate them.
Oh, yeah.
Or I guess nobody really hates a padded collar, but a lot of people are mad about the 5s and the 1s that they don't. I never really had any issues with them, but they're padded. They have a little gaiter thing, so it kind of
those are hot right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it, if you're doing like the Marathon de Sable or something, like you're probably gonna need something else. But like for minor grit and stuff, like these are great. It looks like a really high stack height, I think, but it's not. It doesn't feel high. And I've been told that I don't know anything about shoes, but I've been told that it's like a bathtub almost. So like your foot kind of sits down a little deeper than it
In it.
looks.
Yep.
And I think that makes it like the base, this part is kind of wide. It's wider than the 5s and the 1s. So for me, it just feels a lot more sturdy. But it has that padding. So you just fly. Like they're really fast. I remember putting them on the first time and just standing there and being like, wow, I think these are going to be fast shoes. Because they almost have like a slight rocker. They're great.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm obsessed with them. I think they're like, I want to buy stock in Norda because I think these shoes are the best shoes ever. And I mean, I had my pair. So I raced Chianti and Cocodona in the same pair of shoes. So, I mean, I know one of the things that I was even kind of like haphazard with was the price point of them because they are obviously, I get it, they're very expensive. But I mean, my first pair of 002s, I put 900 miles on. So like, I don't know. To me, it made more sense when I started tracking my shoes, and I was like, okay, well, they are $250, but I'm getting them 3 times longer than most other shoes, and they're only like 1.5 times the price. Because like Nike Alpha Flies are like $300, and if I'm gonna I don't know the durability on those shoes necessarily. I'm just picking on Nikes, but yeah, I don't know the 5.5s I just sent back. I think they had over 700 miles on them. I don't exactly remember the number, but and I wore them the whole race, and they were fine. The only reason I sent them
I was just saying
back,
they're still going strong, right?
like, the only reason I sent them back is because they asked me to. And like, I'm sad about it because I would still wear them, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for everybody to try them. And I don't think I'm in an echo chamber because the people who have tried them, even if we prefer different Norda shoes, have all said like, oh no, these are great. So it's like, okay, cool. Like I do think they're fabulous shoes, and I can't wait for everybody to get to try them so that I can hear their opinions. Because I mean, it's hard to have a negative opinion. I get like, they're not even like heavy. I guess they're heavier. They're heavier than the 5s, but like not. I don't know.
The 5s are one of the lightest shoes on the market too, and this one has more stack, has the built-in gaiter, all of that, Dyneema upper, and I think if you can be like you were saying, like it's great to hear that you are more stable in it, even though it is a higher stack shoe. Like you have some stability, you have some energy return and cushion, you have Norda's been known for a slightly broader fit, which is probably why you really enjoy it after coming off of Topo, and like all of those things just sound so great for it. It sounds like the ideal shoe, honestly, from all the shoes that I've been picking up from favorites this year. It seems like the ideal shoe, and I just want it to be.
Big fan.
Just want it to be too.
I'm a big fan. So I think they come out in July sometime. I'm excited for everybody to try them out because I think they're pretty awesome. So yeah, but that's Norda. I think, and then obviously, Precision made a pretty big splash at Cocodona this year. They've been really awesome to work with. They were very much into the idea of multi-day racing from the get-go, which was really nice because I did, not necessarily with the folks that I have in my corner now, but with a lot of brands, I was having to like justify why these races were cool. And Precision very quickly was like, wait, there's no research out about how to fuel for these. So like, we're in. Like they made Cocodona an A-tier race without me asking or like anything. And so, they decided pretty early on to like be boots on the ground. They got to be a title sponsor for the race this year. The watermelon shoes were so fun to kind of help create and market. That marketing was really fun. And then obviously, the Norda and Precision have been working really well together with kind of like, because obviously those two brands could not have more different of an aesthetic.
Right.
So, since Cocodona was such a race for Precision, Norda agreed to kind of give them clothing rights. And so they made those awesome shirts that were really fun and they're really comfortable. They're just like high quality. And then obviously Emily Errol is my sports scientist, and she's just like legendarily good at her job. And so, yeah, basically just like all their products work really well for me and the more I use them, the more return I get with my performances. So,
if you were going to recommend one of their products to try, like which one would you say to try for someone new?
I do think that I was a professed gel hater. I hated all gels. All gels are gross.
I remember you talking about this last year. Yeah.
All gels are gross. However, I tried, and it's funny because I just assumed that their gels would be gross also. And I didn't even try them. I was just like, no, I hate gels. And then Addie, during a training run, was like, why don't you try your gel? Because, like, your gels are really good. And, like, she gave me one of her gels that she bought with her own money. And whereas I can get them for free. And I felt so stupid, but whatever. And I tried one, and I was like, oh, this is actually, like, really not bad.
Yeah.
I just put in an order because obviously I'm completely out of product now because I use it all at Cocodona. But I just put in an order, and I didn't realize the tagline was gels for people who hate gels. And I was like, oh.
It was made for you.
Yeah. And I mean, my buddy Will hates gels, hates them. And, like, I've been force feeding him gels, and he the other day actually admitted that they weren't that bad. And I was like, yes, we did it. And so, I really do think, I mean, the watermelon chew is fantastic. The flavor is, did you have any at the race?
Yeah, I tried some. They're so good.
Did you?
Yeah.
I've had the mint and lemon together, and I've like put them together,
the
and
watermelon.
then I just eat like half.
Oh, the
It's so much
watermelon
better.
Those.
I love it.
Really?
tastes
Okay,
like
and I've really enjoyed those other ones.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like watermelon bubble gum, I think.
Yep.
Ooh,
It tastes like
yeah.
candy. It's great.
Hubba Bubba.
They're good. They're really good.
Hubba Bubba Max.
Yeah, they're great. So either that or the gels.
Okay.
So the watermelon chew or the gels. I don't really care what you choose, but they're both. I don't know. I was so shocked at like, oh wait, maybe I don't hate gels. Maybe I just hate
Also,
most gels.
do you remember when races used to have like hammer gels and like perpetuum at 8 station?
Yeah.
We have come a long way.
They take goos. I don't know those, but it was just like, oh my god, like I don't want to.
It was frosting. It was literal frosting, and that's hard to get down.
Yeah, I mean we've come a long way. We've come a long way.
Rachel, do you think the fueling plan and having precision kind of in your corner and supporting you, do you attribute a lot to nutrition and how you're able to like go from 73 to 56 hours over the course of 3 years?
I mean, for sure.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about nutrition the first year I did Cocodona, and I bonked hideously. I probably wasted 10 hours alone throwing up on the side of the trail because I didn't fuel correctly. And so, going from 24 to 25, I was like, well, if I fuel better, then I'll save 10 hours right there. And then sure enough, that's exactly what happened. And so, but still, I mean, last year I noticed I was bonky a little bit in different parts of the race, but I just like didn't know. I don't know. I didn't have an expert on my crew. And this year I did. And so when she was able to adjust in real time, I don't know, like what I needed. And so, I mean, being able to fuel correctly has made all the difference. Because, like, Chianti, I was running so fast the whole time. And, like, I don't do that. And it was because Emily was just force feeding the gels. So
just like a steady, yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it has made a huge, huge difference in my performances, like, undoubtedly.
Do you use caffeine products from them too? Because I noticed, didn't you take like a 5 and 2 7-minute naps?
Yeah. I had two.
Like how much caffeine did you consume?
230 milligrams of caffeine.
230?
230. Yeah.
And
That's it?
That's it. And I got it
has
all.
what, 100 milligrams?
So that's probably
30
less
gram
caffeine.
gel?
Yeah. Well, I didn't use their gels. I don't like.
Okay.
The caffeine gels have a weird flavor, in my opinion. Because
They have
They
like
do.
I get it.
Yeah. And so
But they work good. Yeah.
I know they do. I've had them before, and it was like jet fuel. But I don't know. Especially for a race like Cocodona, it's like, meh. So for me, Coca-Cola was the only way I got
Oh, okay.
Rocket fuel.
Coca-Cola. Yeah. So
But not even that much. Like I hear people consume insane amounts of caffeine. Like
I know.
I'm like, oh, how did she like not sleep?
Yeah.
And I
Nope.
assumed like you were just
Nope. I had
straight like
I photosynthesized from the sun like a plant. And,
My gosh.
yeah.
That's
she
the
is
future.
blooming. The sun is up.
Yeah. But
Wow.
but
Okay.
yeah, no, I was just reading something that Precision put out, I guess, but it had a graph of how much caffeine I was taking in per section. And I think I started taking some like the middle of the night on the first night. But it was like, it was like 0.31 grams or whatever. Like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And the most I ever took was, I guess at Wildcat Aid Station. I don't know what I had. I must have like downed a bunch of Coke, Coca-Cola. But
Thank you for qualifying.
but yeah, it was that section was the most caffeine I took the entire race, was the last section. And but my total amount was like well under 300 milligrams for the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty.
That's
Do you
fascinating.
drink coffee otherwise?
I don't like coffee.
Gosh.
I am a
Salida
I'm a
has some good
shitty-
cafes. Come on.
Yeah. So I'm a shitty college kid and I drink like White Monsters.
I love it.
Person. Yeah.
That's
so I
on.
drink
That's on
those
point.
on a regular basis. So I wish they'd sponsor me, but they said no. So that's okay.
Hey,
Ask again.
you can always hope.
Yeah. But
You just have a monster fridge.
I really didn't use much caffeine. And then and then Tantrums was my pack. They have the Rome. It's an 11-liter pack that's coming out. And then
But I heard you didn't use that very much.
I didn't use it.
We talked to Adam a couple of weeks ago, and you just used the Crest 6 for most of the race, right?
The only time you really need I guess it depends wildly on how much time you're spending out there, because the more time you spend, the more stuff you need. Because I'm doing a section, like, let's say it's 3 p.m. and I have a 13 mile. Okay. So, 13 mile section. That's probably going to be about 2.5 hours. I don't need to bring a jacket. I don't need to bring my night gear because like I know approximately how long it's going to take. Whereas if I'm less certain, I would take more stuff. And so, I didn't need a big pack for much beyond the first. Actually, I guess I might have only used an 11-liter for the first 37. I don't remember if I kept my.
I think that's what he said.
Okay, I can't remember if I used the 11 for the first 75 or the first 30, but whatever.
Yeah, I think it was only the first 50K, at least according to him.
Okay. That's probably
but
right.
that's something you'll
I'm
have
not
to
reliable
use.
narrator. Yeah.
Yeah. I just take whatever people give me and take from me. And
but yeah, I used a, was it a 3-liter bladder? It might have been a 3-liter bladder, and then bottles. I guess it was 2 liters because I think I only brought 4 liters. So I had 2 bottles of carb and electrolyte stuff, and then I had 2 liters of water for the first section, and that was plenty. I mean, the weather was perfect, so I didn't need that much.
Yeah.
And then, and then I switched. I guess I must have switched to the 6. But yeah, it was great. I mean, those packs are fantastic. They were able to get me a white one because I really wanted one for reasons that are probably obvious. And so, but then it wound up not even being that hot. So it's like, well, now I feel like an idiot for being so demanding. But you never know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I used those. I had, is it called Outside? Shoot. I don't remember who makes the quiver. But it's a guy out of Santa Barbara or somewhere in SoCal.
Yeah.
But
Nicholas. Nicholas.
Great.
Yep. Yeah.
He also helped with actually the pack that I wound up using, the Tantrums pack. He helped kind of modify to make it lighter colored. It was great.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
well, I don't know if you know his background at all, but he's brought, the Adidas Terex Agravic Speed Ultra. He was on that design team, and he does all these packs and quivers from his kitchen table. Very talented. Really nice guy, too.
Yeah, like hand-sewn Tantrums pack. It was
like
next level. So yeah, that was really
just
cool.
for fun.
Yeah. And then, I did run into some like funny watch issues, but I've loved I'm also with Koros, and they're really fun to work with. I I like to change my watch faces.
Okay.
In order to
Based on your mood or?
based on the race, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So for Mammoth, I let people vote on my Instagram, like what watch face should I use, and it was that the what grandma. It's like a meme, but everybody voted for that, and it still is my watch face because I think it's hilarious. But yeah, for Cocodona or for Chianti, they chose like a scene from Family Guy. And then I didn't do one for Cocodona. I just chose the what grandma again because it was funny. But yeah, the battery life on the Vertex is next level. I don't think I've charged it since Cocodona.
It's still going strong.
And it had 36% this morning. So the Vertex is a great watch. I really like that watch a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have terrible luck with. I'm not used to watches. I only just started wearing one last year, and so I always like mess up my watches on race day, and so
I feel like a bunch of lap pushes and
I'm just an idiot. So yeah, I always run into some sort of stupid like user error issue with race days in particular because there's so much going on in the morning. But it's been fun to like, especially with my training. Because like having heart rate, I'm very open about my data. Like I like to share data. And so having heart rate as a metric has been helpful, I think, for like people to look at, I guess. But yeah, so it's been nice to have more data to share without really any like extra work on my end. Just wear a watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So but yeah, and I think that's everyone.
You're set up. You're set up for any adventure, that's for sure. And I know this would be, I feel like I already might know the answer to this, but I'm going to leave it open-ended just to kind of end our conversation here. What are you looking forward to?
I mean, it's hard not to say UTMB.
Yeah.
I've never raced over there. I think it's going to be sick. I get a really cool
It
opportunity.
will be sick.
Yeah.
It is so cool.
Yeah, I get a cool opportunity to be over there early. So I get to kind of explore the area a little bit without feeling stressed.
Well, is Nick going to be there with you too, Nick and Willa?
Yep. Yeah, they come
Because
the 23rd, I think.
I don't want to spoil it, but I know that's a really special place for them, and they go every single year, and they know all the spots.
I bet.
And I know they were engaged there, however many years ago.
Romance. Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah. You'll get the story from him.
Yeah, and I'm honestly really excited about the race environment too, because I think it'll be like wild. Like Western States on steroids. So I mean,
that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Obvious answer. And then honestly, I've gotten the question of like, oh, what's next? Like a billion times.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think UTMB is the answer for what's next. But like, I think I put running into two categories, and there's racing and there's adventure. And Cocodona is this interesting mix of both. But it might fall a little bit more in the adventure category because there's so much like logistically that goes into it. So yeah, I've been scratching my head a little bit on what is the next adventure that I want to do. Recently, I've gotten a pretty good idea on what that is, but I'm not going to share anything yet.
Okay.
But I think I have an idea of what I want to try to accomplish next year. We'll just see if it all lines up. But I'm excited.
Is it just crewing Cocodona? Because I feel like that would be harder.
I will be crewing.
Is that your adventure?
Yeah, I will be crewing somebody because I really want to. Obviously, I want to be a part of the race. I do not need to race it again anytime soon.
Wasn't Jake going to run it? He
put in for the lottery, and I mean, he's the reason I ran it this year because originally I was going to crew him last year, but then he gave up.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, he gave up his spot, so I would do it. Which is very nice. And so I think he gets an entry since he was supposed to do it last year. So he should be doing it. I told him like a couple weeks ago, I was like, yo, like Sharpie me in for that week. Like you get right of first refusal, but like I will be on your crew unless you don't want me.
We're going to have you on after you crew to see how much harder that was for you.
He's on with me because he seems to think that running is going to be easier. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's easy. I don't think anybody's job is easy. So it would be really interesting to hear from both of our perspectives of like which one.
I know. I want to have you both on.
Yeah, that would be a funny podcast.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it's obviously I know how labor intensive crewing is. Whether you're at the front of the pack or the back of the pack, I don't think it matters. It's all
My crew got a lot more sleep than yours did.
Well, I know, but we were also out there way less time. So like,
Yeah.
it's all hard, you know. So yeah, I want to, basically everybody from my crew is like, oh, I want to do it. And like all of them put in, and I live in the valley, and everybody from the valley wants to do Cocodona pretty much. And so it's like, all right, I'm going to find somebody. If Jake says no, I'm going to find somebody to crew, because I want to have that experience also. So, so yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to that, and also your unnamed adventure.
Me too. Yeah.
Excited to kind of see how that plays out.
TBD. Next year, we'll find out.
We love a mystery.
Yeah, we love a mystery. And
speaking of mystery,
go ahead.
Jerome is creepy. Jerome is creepy when you're already hallucinating, and then you hear the stories about how they used ashes of like cremated people in the sidewalks.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And all the ghost stuff and the creepy stuff you run by, like the body sculpture. You're probably like going too fast.
I don't remember any. Maybe I don't know. I don't remember
really
this. Yeah, I do think that
there's some creepy stuff.
The Tuzigoot sculpture structure. It's like a Aztec.
It's really creepy.
Yeah, it's like, what is that?
When you're like not with it, you look over and you're like, "Excuse me, what?
Am I in Mexico right now? Like, what is happening?" Yeah.
And then you leave on like a trail of broken glass and rusty steel. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, I was running
this
that
is
section with Addie.
making everybody excited about Cocodona.
Oh my gosh!
Right? The adventure waits, as we say.
Yeah.
But I was running on that section with Addie, and she was like, "Holy crap! Like, don't trip, or you'll have to get a tetanus shot." It's like, yeah,
I know.
That's what makes it exciting. It's a fun time. Yeah.
Yep. It is a good time.
But my favorite dog lives in Cottonwood. So
is that the big white dog?
It's like a long-haired. It almost looks like a golden retriever. Did you see it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw pictures of you like on a dog.
Oh, that was I went to the alpaca farm. We went.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was Pyrenees.
It's like I'm mixing up my pictures of you in my head of you and dogs.
Yeah. No, I was like, fully on top of the dog,
embracing.
But yeah, there's like a golden retriever that comes out I guess I was there at the wrong time this year because I was there at like midnight or something.
He didn't expect you so fast.
I know. But yeah, the owner always comes out with her dog, and it's like the best dog. So,
that's so cool.
I missed it this year. It was too fast.
Mountains and dogs and mountains, adventures.
You don't need anything else.
Yep, agreed.
Well, calories are good.
Yeah.
But okay, well, Rachel, thank you for even the extra time you gave us today. I really appreciate the conversation. Great to catch up. And best of luck at UTMB and any other mystery adventures.
Thank you.
Yes,
along the way.
We'll be rooting for you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you guys for having me on again.
Got my laces tied. My trusty podcast by my side. If you want to talk fun, this